Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That wasn't, just to let y'all know, that wasn't the countdown for the new year.
Yeah, it ain't quite time yet.
Sorry, you're still in 2022.
Right.
Y'all like, yeah, I can't wait to get out of this shit.
Right. We're still stuck here for a few more hours.
We're still stuck here.
But yes, sir. Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And it's episode 229.
229.
Yes, sir. Ready to get busy, man. It's almost the start of the new year, so we're gonna try to go out with a bang. How was your week this week, man?
Week wasn't too bad. I spent, time with loved ones,
Okay.
Spent time, with my girlfriend and all that. So we went to what were we doing? We was in Greensboro the other day.
Okay.
And we were going to we were gonna go to Friendly Center. And you know how Market Street is, like if you head off of Market Street, like where the Sheets at.
Yeah.
Over there where So I was heading to Market Street, and I kind of just got over the lane, and I didn't see the other car. There was another car in the lane, like it was on my blind side, so I was looking over the right.
Yeah.
And then, man, car blew, and I said, oh, well, I came back, corrected it, When I went back in the lane, I said, well, I got to turn here. So, man, the damn car was fucking following us. Like, it had the flashlight. This shit was crazy. I'm like, dude, what's going on?
Right.
And, I'm feeling, and then it kind of, I got to look another way. My hag tag, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Catch what I said.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, and then I got my girl in the car, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going on? Like, he followed us. And then we took a turn on like another street. So what we had to do, we had to take a turn to lose dude. Shit was crazy, man. So I think he kind of backed off as soon as he saw me getting out the car. And he was like, oh man, I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? Me being big and shit, I ain't gonna fuck with that. I ain't gonna fuck with that. I ain't gonna fuck with that. So but that shit was crazy, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Like now that's one thing if I did wrong, like if I ran into him and I crushed his car or something.
Right.
Yeah, but like I didn't hit your car and really did that.
Everybody make mistakes like that.
Yeah, everybody make mistakes like that. It's like I didn't mean to cut you off, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just be careful out here, man. The people just fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Anyways, man, that's crazy, man. I get people doing that stuff all the time too, man. Be acting like they want to get behind me. I'm like, look, I ain't the one. Don't get behind me. Because if I realize you trying to scrap, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
But how was your week, man?
My week was okay. Not too bad. It went by kind of quickly. Work went by fast. Few things going on in the world of hip hop that we got to talk about. But, pretty good week overall. No complaints. Just kind of glad the holidays is almost over. It's a stressful time for all of us, man. So I'm just ready for it to pass by, so we can get to the new year, and see how 2023 is going to be,
Any goals or anything for the new year?
Actually, yeah, I do actually have goals to exercise more regularly and eat better. My goal is to exercise at least 3 times a week, and include a lot more healthy eating. You know what I mean? It's not even enough to say include more vegetables. Some of the vegetables ain't worth a shit now. They got pesticides and herbicides and blackicides on them.
Herbicides, pesticides.
I'm telling you, man, it's like you can't even trust them shits no more. But it's just one of the things where you gotta relax on the sugars and the butters and all of that type of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to relax on stuff like that. Like not completely cut it out, but just do better.
I feel you on that. Boy, I tell you what, this holiday season, I'm fucking that butter.
I'm telling you, man. That's it, man. When I cook, it's like I gotta have that butter in there, man. It just maximizes the flavor.
You know what I'm saying, man? That butter's good.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, shit, I feel you because I mean, about the same way, man. I'm gonna get back. I mean, I was on like a little regiment, but yeah, it got a little bigger. So
yeah, it happens, man.
Yeah, man. You know? So I'm definitely gonna try to slim back down and get back on to something. I mean, and get regularly back into the gym. Get back on my exercises and stuff. I mean, the holidays, I kind of, and then there was things that, that happened with Brittany. I won't get too personal, but, okay. Things that happened with her kind of hindered. And I'm not putting that like blank, like, oh, this situation like this, like, that's why I'm a fat ass. Nah, I'm just saying, like, things came up. There were things that came up, and then I wasn't able to continue and do things, like I normally do.
Gotcha,
so, yeah, but yeah. So, yeah, 2023, definitely going to be a lot of changes to Howie Wilson. Definitely
man.
Changes,
it's got to be, man. We all got to make some changes, man. It's too many of us dying at young ages, and, from all these bullshits like diabetes and shit, man. We got to do better, man. So,
and then shit, man, we were speaking of the, talking about the vegetables and stuff, we was over here, like, me and Brittany last night, we was looking, because we drink, like, oat milk and stuff.
Okay.
Like, it's good, like, to cook with and all that stuff. So we drink oat milk and all this other stuff. So we looking at the ingredients, like, Planet Oat was kind of clean, because, like, they were just, like, the ingredients was just, like, look, we got, it's oat, and it's, like, water to make the oat milk. Like, that's it. We do little stuff here.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, like now there were some other brands like, okay, that joint is good, but like oil?
Right.
I'm putting oil in there to make the shit to drink? Oils?
All types of glycerin.
Yeah, like oils. Like, put some oil in that shit, that'd be all right.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. See, then they get you because it says, it'll say something healthy like oat milk, but then you got to read them ingredients.
Man, I'm telling
you, man. That's one thing that I learned after I became Muslim. We had to start reading ingredients because a lot of stuff seemed like it ain't got no pork in it, but a lot of stuff got pork in it.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So we was always like, every time you go to the store, you like, what's this? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, but it's been a good week overall, so I'm glad to hear that, man. Like I said, today is New Year's Eve, so tomorrow will be New Year's Day. So this will be our last episode of 2022.
Last show of the year.
Yeah, man. So let's, we got a couple of people that we lost over the past few days. So I wanted to kind of go over that real quick. We lost Bob Marley's grandson, Joseph Mercer Marley. He was only 31, man. 31 years old, man. Younger than both of us, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know what happened, but I was just sad to hear that he passed. And then we also lost Barbara Walters as well. She had made it to 93. But yeah, so I know she was struggling a lot in the end because they said that she was acting real weird. So she didn't really make public appearances no more. She just stayed in the house because she was getting delusional and all of that stuff where she didn't know what she was and acting crazy and stuff. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm glad she made it to a decent old age, but yeah, they said she was getting real bad toward the end.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we lost those two, and just want to go ahead and give them a moment of silence just to pay our respects. All right. And as y'all heard, I don't know if y'all heard that, but we can't even give a moment of silence without the dog back there hacking and coughing and whatnot. I'm about to throw something at her. You know what I mean? She waited till I said, let's give a moment of silence. She was like,
you better make that dog play on 940.
Right.
Yeah, all right. Let me chill. Don't come over here and get us, Peter.
Right.
Like, oh my God.
We're knocking on the door in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah, insensitive.
Right.
We're talking about the dogs playing around.
Oh, we got my man R2G2 in the
house.
What's up, my man?
Building.
Thank you for checking us out.
In the building.
As always, my man's been putting in work, man. I've been checking you out, man. I see what you're doing, man. You're doing a lot of good things, man.
Yep,
So y'all need to go follow him, man. And if you need some beats, you know what I mean? R2G2,
who
man.
is actually customize our intro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all hear the intro every day on the YouTube channel. So, but yeah, man. So we got a few topics, but before we get to our stuff, how we had a question of the day. You know what I mean? So, what was your question of the day for us?
Well, it's 2022 better than 2021?
And that's a good question, but I have to admit, I don't remember. I mean, all of this shit's been a blur, man. The past couple of years have been a blur.
Yeah.
I would say, if I had to say, I would say maybe 2022 has been a little more memorable. I don't know if that will mean better or worse, but you know, a lot of events that have happened have made it a little more memorable. You know, I had a couple of deaths in my family, you know, this year. You know, stuff like that. You know, just made it a little more memorable. But I don't know. I can't say which one is better. If I had to guess, I'd say 2021 might have been a little bit better. Seemed like I remember movies being a little bit better that year, music being slightly better. This year's been some good music though. So I don't know. It's been hard to say, but what would you say?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good. I like what the word you used, memorable. I think I would say I don't know because it seemed like ever since after 2019, it's just been like a blur. Like the whole memes and shit. Like everybody like, yeah, you know, Street Fighter 2020, like Street Fighter 2020. Turbo, like it'd be like all types of shit.
Exactly.
So I do think 2022 was definitely a little bit more memorable. You know, like you said, with a lot of the events happening. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of, you know, there's quite a bit of loved ones that died this year. But there's also been a lot of events that kind of, I ain't gonna say kind of wins for us as a people in a sense, but then we have some things that we, you know, they're trying to fight so hard to, keep, the regular guy down. So,
right.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say it's definitely been. I like the word that you use, memorable. I think it has been a more memorable year. I think the other past 2 years, because they've been so bad, it was just so much a blur. I'm not saying that 2022 is better than any of them, better than the last couple of years, but yeah, the memorable, I think that's a good word to use.
Yeah, definitely more memorable. But yeah, like you said, it's been such a blur, man. It's hard to even remember what the fuck's been going on these past couple of years, man. You know what I mean? So, Sleepy Joe been up there falling asleep and shit, so he don't remember either.
Oh, speaking of which, you see the niggas out there trying to celebrate Kwanzaa and shit, nigga.
Nah, what they do? What they do?
Yo, they was out there like, yo, we want to, show out for the African American community and stuff. Like, damn, you niggas gonna put on the Kente Club. Right. Remember that shit?
Yeah, when they did that.
When they did that shit, a couple years ago, they threw out the Kente Club.
And then they all took a knee, took bows.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all niggas crazy.
Yeah,
talking about the Kente Club.
Y'all just stop. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but just stop. We don't need that shit.
Talk about we got the Kente Club on. Then they talk about Kwanzaa like the day stands for unity. And actually, I forgot. I had a little thing because, like I said, me and Brittany, we're kind of doing the whole Kwanzaa thing. I forgot. I forgot what the day is. Not yesterday, but the day before was group economics.
Okay, that's what's
that was Thursday. I've got to remember what Friday and Saturday was. I had it.
Yeah, because it's like 7 days altogether, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think tomorrow might be the last day, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or today, I think today is
today.
I think it might be today.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's. Yeah, people could be like, this the government created Kwanzaa, but at the same time, hey, I think we can utilize it for our people.
Yeah.
No matter what religion you in, no matter what background you in, like, hey, that's something we can all collectively have. So
yep. Well, y'all, all these political people trying to appropriate, the culture. Just leave it alone, man. We appreciate it, but
man,
leave it alone.
Had that candle lit up and shit. Like, really, y'all niggas lit up the candle.
Right. I mean, it's okay when y'all acknowledge it, but it's like, don't go through the kente cloth type stuff and taking the knee and all that. No. It looks like you're going overboard.
No, man, they gotta wear the kente cloth.
Then they're gonna be starting to speak different languages.
Yeah, they're gonna start doing the little click and joint.
Right.
Now my man's gonna come out. They gonna come out here with the little damn line joint.
Right.
It's beautiful. What is that? Velvet? It's beautiful.
We celebrate Kwanzaa.
We celebrate
with the black community.
Yeah, they're gonna have to,
But yeah, man.
Man.
But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think of the question of the day. Put it in the comments. Do you think 2022 is better than 2021, or is it a blur just like it is for us? You know what I mean? So yeah. All right, we can I guess move on to the next. We got some birthdays I want to shout out real quick. So back on December 26th, day after Christmas, we have my man Apache, one of the dopest rappers to come out of Jersey. Rest in peace to him. Yes, sir. On the 28th, we had my man Castro. He's one of the Outlaws. And also my man Fonte, who's from right here in Greensboro. Happy birthday. Yep, happy birthday to them. On 12/29, we have my man Pimp C. Yes, sir. Sadat X.
One of my favorite rappers.
And actor Mekhi Phifer. Want to give him a shout out too, man. He's real big in the hip hop as well. So happy birthday to them. December 30th, which was yesterday, we have my man Tyrese. One was caught crying on camera a lot.
Oh man, I understand. I understand who he was married to. Yeah, I understand that.
Right.
I understand that a whole lot now. Like,
yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
But and then today on the 31st, we got my man J.O. Felony representing the West Coast.
All right.
Happy birthday to him. Coming up tomorrow on New Year's Day, Grandmaster Flash. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm a cat. Cool.
Yes, sir. He's a pioneer when it comes to DJing, man. So y'all need to check him out, man. And then coming up on the 3rd of January, we got my man Tim Dog.
Yeah. Septiman.
Right.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. It's been said that a lot of people feel like he faked his death. You know what I mean?
That was on. Matter of fact, like I'm trying to remember when he died. That year that he died. What was it, 2014?
I was thinking 15.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, when I was in barber school, we was looking. It's like, yo, man, he heard about Tim. I was like, nah, man, I think he faked his shit. And he pulled up on Google like top on the engine.
Yeah. I was like, wow, because there was something suspicious, like either they didn't do a funeral or nobody ever saw the body or something weird like that was what made people start thinking he faked his death, something to that degree, but I don't know.
Oh, shout out to Evil D, the DJ Evil D, doing the little Tim Dog mixes. Yeah, this shit be be killing me.
Right on time.
Yeah. Chapter man.
I'll be dying. But yeah, and on the same day as Tim Dog, my homegirl Shauna, who used to be down with DTP, now she's doing her own thing. Still looking good as ever. I think she represents Ohio, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was just, she kind of made it big down in the South, but she was actually born and raised somewhere in the upper Midwest.
Okay.
And also coming up on the 4th of January, my man Drag On from the Rough Riders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's
give them all some claps and, celebrate those birthdays. Happy birthday. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. And, we got some new music we got to talk about too, man. We got a few tracks and a couple of albums that released. So, my man Nims, you know what I mean? Gorilla Nims released a song called Christmas Spectacular just in time for the holidays.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, man, I like that. It's pretty dope too. My man AZ got a new joint out called Respect Mine. He about to drop new music. You know, we just got Do or Die 2, you know, late last year. I think it was last November.
Yeah.
And we about to already get new music. You know what I mean? Here it is a year later. So that's good that he's getting back into the consistency of dropping new music.
Question.
Yeah.
Do or Die 2 better than King Disease?
You know what? That's a hard one.
Not the new one that came. Not
first King Disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to say it, and I'm a Nas dude, I'm not really that much of an AZ dude.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think you're right. I agree. I think Do or Die 2, man, that shit hit so hard, man, when it came out. And you know, King's Disease, you know, I think that was the one where Nas didn't really do too many collabs on that one.
No, he did, I thought.
Did he do collabs?
So he did. The Firm came back on that one.
Oh, that was the Firm. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Firm came back on that one.
Maybe it was part 2 he didn't really do no collabs on. I don't know. But either way, it was a dope album too. But I do think Do or Die 2 was a little bit above.
Yeah, that's not taking nothing away from Nas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I do think Do or Die 2 was probably the better for that time.
Yeah.
But now King Disease 3, yeah, AZ got to do something spectacular with that. Cause
man.
I feel that album was like the new Illmatic, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
man, he did his thing on that, man. He came back in a major way, major.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what his new album is called, but he just dropped a song, like I said, called Respect Mine. Gives you that classic AZ style. It's dope, y'all. So please go check that out. Support that. Benny the Butcher dropped a song featuring Conway and Armani Caesar, who is the first lady of Griselda. She's dope. If y'all haven't heard about her, y'all need to check her out. So the song is called Go Hard, and it's Benny the Butcher, Conway, and Armani Caesar. I got a new song from Planet Asia featuring Snow Goons. That's called Metabolism. That goes hard.
Okay.
Snow Goons always go pretty hard. Black Thought just released a new EP called African Dreams. He said he's trying to get really in touch with the African roots and just really ground himself, you know, where he can relate to the continent of Africa and stuff like that. So, you know, that's kind of his way of honoring that. So please go check that out, because, you know, Black Thought, he don't disappoint. So you ain't gonna say nothing that's whack on there. My man Apathy, you know what I mean? He just dropped a new album called King of the Gods, No Second. Okay. And that goes hard too, man. Apathy is, I can't say enough about that dude. He's been on the Lyrical Breakdown once. I want to say it might be twice, but I know at least once I've done him. And I mean, he goes hard, man. So y'all got to go check him out. And then my man Jay Hood released a song with Shaheem called Get Back. You know what I mean? That's a dope compilation. That one goes pretty hard too. You need to check that out. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I want to say I shared it on our Facebook page, so y'all go check that out, or you can find it on YouTube. But you know, and that's it for my new music. You know what I mean? We're gonna jump into some topics, but you know that Jay Hood, that's gonna segue into my first topic here. My man's Jay Hood, you know, he did an interview with Math Hoffa. You know what I mean? Math Hoffa's becoming pretty well known for them interviews, man. So, you know, I like what they're doing on their channel. They usually get pretty good artists over there. But anyway, Jay Hood was doing his interview and he talked a lot about the locks. You know what I mean? I don't think he was trying to start no beef, but some of the stuff he said kind of sparked a little controversy. So he said that during the time when he was working with the locks, his mother's house got burned out, their apartment. Got burnt out, and so they ended up having no place to stay, and you know, trying to find a place to go and all of that. And he said nobody who he was affiliated, like the Locks or none of them, nobody was trying to support him, give him any money or anything. And then he said he found out at a later time when he went to like the record label he was working with at the time. they told him that they cut a check for $60,000 to help out with his home situation, and he didn't know where the fuck the money went.
Ooh.
So he was like, I don't even know what money you talking about. I never got that. You know what I mean? And so apparently they're saying that the check was cut. And, Styles P did respond to all of this type of stuff. Now, Styles P is saying that, they did actually give him money. That's one of the main things Styles was saying. He was like, yo, we gave you money when your mom's house burned down, blah, blah, blah. Now, I think what J Hood was saying was that the money was cut, but the person who was handling most of the business out of the locks was actually Sheik Luch. Yeah, that he was the one that might have had access to the money, him and maybe one or two other people. So, because Kiss and Styles weren't really handling the business, they left that up to Sheik. Like the record label was like under Sheik's name, whatever Locke's record label was. And, they still split their money evenly, but, as far as whose name it was under. So, but Styles P did respond. And he was like, he thought it was corny that J Hood was doing all of this and saying that they didn't help him out and they was, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it's going to get any worse where they come to blows or anything like that, because they both expressed love for each other. Like J Hood expressed love for Styles, and Styles was like, I still love you, bro. I just don't like what you said, on this interview, because this is not how it happened. So, and then J Hood did another video to respond to Styles P, where he said that he felt like Styles didn't really listen to the whole interview, that he wasn't really pointing fingers at them specifically. He was just saying that things happen. He never said who was responsible. He was just saying that things like the $60,000 check, it happened, and he never got a part of it. Whoever had it, he never got it. So I don't know, man. Have you heard any of this? Have you seen any of these videos?
Like I said, I haven't. I've seen some clips. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate, man, because for him to go through that, and
right?
Really, man, ain't J Hood is related to one of the Locks?
I'm not
I
sure.
thought he was cousin to
I'm not even sure. He might be, man. He might be, but yeah, I'm not even sure.
And I kind of hated that because when they kind of split ways, because didn't he got into some trouble too, right? Before that's why he wasn't. Yeah. Because he was nice, man. He was nice in his own little way, though.
Yeah, he was pretty nice.
Yeah, and I'd like to see, in the future. I don't know if we'll get that. I definitely would like to see him and Nino Man and all them work together and do. Man, that should be crazy.
Absolutely.
That should be crazy. But going back to that, it's just messed up that, what I'm saying, all that happened, and what I'm saying, and it might be that they're, both right on the story, because the way it sounds like to me is maybe they did cut the check, but let's say they cut the check, but it actually, the money went to somebody else.
Yeah.
They said that they was going to handle the house. So, what I'm saying? So maybe maybe they did cut the check for him, but he didn't get the chance to see. He didn't see it.
Right.
So that's what it sounded like to me. So hopefully, what I'm saying? But yeah, hopefully, they can get that rectified.
Yeah, I really hope they get that resolved, man.
Yeah.
I hate to see any kind of friction in the hip hop community like that. Now, it was a couple things that, I want to see if they respond to, but one of the things J Hood said was that he was a founding member of the Locks, that he was an original founding member. So I don't know. I never heard about him until after the Locks had already been in the business for 5-6 years. No, actually, they had been in the business. They got in the business of Bad Boy in 95, 96.
Yeah, but they was rapping longer than that.
Right. And then I didn't hear J Hood until maybe 05, something like that with them, somewhere around there.
I would say probably the first time I heard J Hood was when they did the diss against state property.
Right. Okay.
Man, that shit went hard.
So that would have been 2001. So yeah, So yeah, 01. But according to J Hood, he was a founding member, and so You know, I don't know if they're gonna respond to that. Also, like I said, J Hood said that they never gave him $1 when he was down on his luck, and according to Styles P, they absolutely gave him money.
Yeah.
There was one issue where Styles was talking about how, J Hood brought up one of the things that he said that one of the things the Locks always try to act like is they had a fight with my stepfather for me. Because back in the day, I guess when his mom and his original pops broke up, his stepfather got in the picture and I guess was doing some inappropriate shit or something, putting hands on him or something. And so supposedly the Locks stepped to this dude over to help him out. And so when Styles was talking about it, he always was like, yeah, Sheik Luch fought your pops, just to take up for you. J Hood is saying nobody ever fought this man. He said that what happened was they had a talking with him. You know what I mean? They stepped to him and was like, yo, don't put your hands on him, that kind of shit. But it was never any fight. Mm-hmm. So I can see, maybe J Hood being right about that. Maybe they didn't come to blows, but, maybe Styles thought it was a fight on Sheik Luch's part. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I do want to know more about that 60,000 and, how he was supposedly a founding member. You know what I mean? So that's the part I'm really interested in. I need somebody to address that. Yeah. So, Locks, if y'all hear that, if you hear me out there, let us hear that. We don't need no beef. We just need to know what happened.
Well, and that's the thing, too. I think the Locks, I'm not saying they're like squeaky clean.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. But I mean
they
for
almost
them,
had to poke Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody gonna have to poke Mike. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody gonna have to get leaked. But like the thing about them, like like I said, I don't think they squeaky clean. But I mean, for them to be consistent, for them to always be together, for them, especially those three members,
right?
And there's not like an actual problem out in the street like with other groups. Because I mean, even Woo,
right?
There's fight within the Woo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Locks, you don't hear that shit. So I'm sure that the Locks has some integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Without a, you know what I'm saying? With you know what I'm saying? I'm not in their business like that. I'm not with them all day, obviously. But I do feel with their track record and everything, I feel that they do have some type of integrity. And then too, I think even with J Hood saying like, hey, I still got love for these guys, shows the kind of integrity that they have. I feel that, J Hood's view of it, he just wants answers and he just want to get stuff resolved.
Right.
I think that's it. And I think he's entitled to that too.
Yeah, he kind of expressed that in his second video where he was addressing what Styles had said. He was like, I ain't got no beef with them. I still love them. I was just telling my truth. You know what I mean? He was like, this was never any way for me to start beef. He was like, I don't, it was just something that they asked me about. You know what I mean? I didn't come in there trying to talk about the Locks, blah, blah, blah. And also, Styles kind of threw a shot at Math Hoffa. He was like, Math, I thought that was some corny shit you did by letting him do that. Because, Styles had just did an interview with them right before J Hood.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was like 3 weeks before. And so basically, technically, the interview was only about a week apart.
Okay.
So Styles did his interview, then a week later they did the J Hood. But Math Hoffa, let me go back. Styles was kind of mad because he was like, why didn't you reach out to me? I would have cleared all this shit up. You know what I mean? You let this man just come on there and just say all this shit after you just had an interview with me.
I can understand that. I can understand that wholeheartedly. I understand why Math did that.
Right.
Because of the ratings. Like, oh, you just had this nigga on here and then he's coming. Oh, yeah. I get that. But yeah, as far as, again, integrity. Yeah, I would have been like, hey, man, I'm gonna have J Hood come up here next week. Right. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to discuss, anything you want to, So I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I understand that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of a bitch.
So, yeah, Styles was kind of mad about how Math handled it. And Math Hoffa did actually put out a video where he addressed Styles as well. It was about a 30-minute video. But Math was just basically saying that, nothing was done on purpose. I didn't say, J Hood, make sure we talk about the locks because we want to get this shit cracking. You know, it was just journalism. You know what I mean? He was like, I wasn't in there trying to start nothing. He was like, honestly, I don't even have a contact phone number for you. He was like, I don't even know why you said that. I don't even have your contact number. But what happened was, he said, I did try to hold off on the interview. So even though the interviews were a week apart, that's why I said 3 weeks first, because he said he held the J Hood interview for 2 weeks before he put it out. Because he said what he did during that 2 weeks, he tried to get in touch with Sheik and he tried to get in touch with Kiss. Those were the only two people he actually had contact for. And he said he never heard back. So that's why he went ahead and 2 weeks later released the interview. So that's why he was just like, I did what I could do. He said, but it's not my job to come chasing you down. You know what I mean?
Facts. Nah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It's not really my job to do that, but I did try to at least get in touch with your homies, and I didn't get them. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it wasn't no big deal. I'm sure ain't no beef coming out of it because they both got love for each other, but I would like some answers. As a fan, I would love to hear some answers, to some of that stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we can move on. Did you have anything else you want to say about that before I move on to the next?
That's it.
All right. So my man's Keith Murray. Yeah, man. He had an interview with the Art of Dialogue, and he made some statements, man, about Foxy Brown that nobody ever knew about. So, and he said that during the time when Foxy Brown was messing with Corrupt and had DMX on the side, he also had a little thing with her. Not a whole relationship, but just an encounter, if you will. So he said that I guess they were doing some shows together and stuff like that. And, behind the scenes, he kind of started flirting with her a little bit. And one thing led to another. And he was like, she gave me head. And and then he said he did the same to her. He gave her some head. You know what I mean? So it was a mutual thing there. But, nobody ever heard about that. You know what I mean? And
that Nas line on Ether hit a lot harder now.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay, continue.
Man, listen. But yeah, so but yeah, now you gotta be thinking about the Ether shit. Foxy got you hot. But anyway, but yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, Foxy has yet to say anything. This was like maybe 3 days ago, I think, that the interview came out. So I haven't heard anything from her yet, but if we hear any updates from her, we'll let you know. But I wonder if Corrupt won't have anything to say because he already had a little one-time beef with DMX, which they did squash it after a few years. But
calling out names,
right?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that diss song, yeah, that's a classic.
Yep.
For the West, these rap niggas walk around with the X on their chest. I forgot how they said, but that shit went hard. Yeah, fucking DJ Lethal on that shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
He went hard. I don't even think DMX ever responded, did he?
Nah, I don't think so.
I think, I'm sure X probably felt bad about the whole thing because, he probably was messing with her, behind the dude back. So he probably left it alone. Didn't want to start no West Coast, East Coast war thing.
Yeah, not over no chick.
But yeah, and so
fuck is bad though. In a prime.
I don't know about that. But Keith Murray said that basically he almost got into it with Corrupt over that because he said that him and Foxy was like coming out of a hotel after it happened. And Corrupt was walking up the street toward them. And so when he spotted Corrupt, he said that he looked at Foxy and was like, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to put two rappers against each other," because he felt like she set it up on purpose. And so he said that he didn't want to start anything, so he walked the other way. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go over this way since he coming from over that way," and so he kind of left it at that. But it's interesting, man, that he said that, man. I mean, I want to hear what Foxy got to say about that, man, because yeah, it seems to me like if she was innocent, she would have probably spoke up about it and said, "Nah, that didn't really happen." Ain't heard from her yet, so
Man, that's kind of crazy, man. Because really, it's kind of I don't know, man. Because back in those days, when that was going on, like the 90s, like you had the Foxies, you had the the little Kims.
right.
Yeah, to me, I think not saying that Foxy wasn't, but they painted Little Kim more so as a harlot, more so than Foxy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like,
damn.
Yeah, now you're kind of hearing all this stuff like, no, damn, Foxy was the actual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Lucy got some splaining to do. We gotta hear what she got to say. We're gonna give her a chance, but if she don't respond soon enough, man, we're gonna just take it as facts. So but yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. And don't forget, hit all the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. We need funds allocated
so we can get funds for the motherfucking school.
The school. Still waiting on the school. We got one wall built. You know what I mean? We need 3 more walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I might need to look into that. Nah, my man get busy with the, you see with the little belt action. Yep, y'all need to get 50 lashes.
50 lashes. Yeah, you be going in on that.
50 lashes.
Shout out to Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
We just be joking around.
Yeah,
but anyway, I guess we can move on. So there's a new audio recording of a leaked phone call between Tory Lanez and the other girl, Kelsey Nicole, I think it is. And it sounds like, basically he is admitting that he shot old girl. He didn't outright say it, but he did kind of in a roundabout way admit it, saying how apologetic he was. Supposedly what I'm hearing is this is the audio that they were using to help convict him. So yeah, I don't know, man, but I mean, it's kind of messed up. In the audio, you can hear him saying stuff like how he was really drunk, and supposedly this happened like right after the shooting, like the next day. I guess after he was put in jail, and he called old girl trying to just see what the word on the street was, and he was like, "Yo, man, honestly, man, I was so drunk, I didn't even realize what I was doing." He was real apologetic. So it sounds like he pretty much did admit that he did it. And then there was also text messages where he pretty much admitted that he did it. So I don't know, man. I mean, but I feel bad because, they got video where they showed Megan Thee Stallion, right after it happened, and you could see her, she was hobbling because her foot was bleeding. And you could see her like drops of blood just constantly flowing out of her foot. I was like, well, damn. I mean, it's not a big deal, that the story is still going on, but it's just, funny that the leaked phone call has come out now. That's all. You didn't get a chance to check that out, did you?
Nah, only thing I could say, like I said, I was listening to, like, people talking about the verdict and everything. Like I said, I think if he had better representation, like if he just, what I'm saying, I think the outcome would definitely been a lot better.
Right.
From all parties, really. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we just have to see. I do feel, and that's another thing too, like he was getting railroaded too and all this stuff with the streams, and all that. Like not a lot of people, he's got a following, but the powers that be are kind of like, they kind of like railroading him, I guess.
But I mean, sounds like he got himself into it, man. And you got to be careful, man. Drinking and guns do not mix. You know what I mean? So that's not a good combination, man. So
anytime I see this shit, I get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I remember one time I went to, me and my girl went to a party. We was hanging out. everybody's having a good time and everything. These two couples came up, which I mean, it's one thing to be a gun enthusiast. I ain't worried about that. But it's like you come to the party, you showing guns, and then like everybody's kind of feeling good and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, we gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Right.
Yeah, that is not. Yeah. People do stupid shit.
Yeah, man. So didn't want to spend too much time on it. Just wanted to kind of bring it up because of the whole audio. A lot of people have heard it and started to comment on it. So I thought it was an interesting thing to listen to. But I wonder if old girl recorded it on purpose, like, to try to entrap him, like,
You talking about the not Megan, but the other girl.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion.
The call where Tory Lanez called the girl and kind of
okay, I got you.
I wonder if she recorded it on purpose, like, because she was in the car with them when it happened. So a lot of people were saying that she might have done the shooting. So maybe that was
because there was gun residue on her too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was her way of saying, I don't want to be involved in this. So, now that he admitted it, I'm giving this tape up.
Damn.
So, yeah. But anyway, we can move on, man. We want to turn on to another topic. Let's turn on to something a little more positive. We want to celebrate the life of one of the hip hop legends, Shabba Do. You know what I mean? Adolfo Shabba Do. He was a break dancer, very popular back in the 80s, and he was in the movie Breaking and Breaking 2.
Yep.
Very well known. Yeah, very well known in the hip hop community, and he passed a year ago, December 29th. So I remember, man, when I saw Breaking and Breaking 2, those movies inspired me a lot with the breakdancing because I was real big into it, and I always wanted to, be a breakdancer. And I remember because it was the two of them, I was me and my older brother Daryl, and I felt like I was, Turbo, because Adolfo Shabba, he played Ozone, and the other dude was Turbo, and I always felt like I was Turbo, I was a little, he was a younger guy, slightly younger and smaller, and my brother was Ozone or whatever, So they inspired me a lot, man, when I was a kid, man. How about you? Did you ever watch those two movies?
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I watched them when I was older.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I got them somewhere.
Yeah, I need to get a copy of those,
I think I got them somewhere away in storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, being in the South and stuff, we didn't have access to those types. What I'm saying, we didn't have especially like Wild Style, like. That's something I need to get a copy of. Wild Style.
Oh yeah.
Do that.
I got Tougher Than Leather, but I want to get Wild Style, Crush Groove.
Yeah. Those are like the first. But yeah, it's just what I'm saying, like they those movies kind of help with the foundation of like what what hip hop was.
Yeah.
As far as like the culture and stuff. But yeah, man, always too like the Super Mario Brothers show. Yeah, he was actually a guest on that.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Teaching Mario and Luigi to dance.
That's right.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, like those type of things, kind of especially like with the '80s and stuff. I kind of look at those things as nostalgia and bringing that stuff back because it was a special time, man. It really
Definitely
was,
man.
Time.
Definitely was, man.
And I think he kind of, Shabba Do kind of embodied that. Like, yeah, some people, I think people now, everybody's so wrapped up into like, oh, you have to have the money, to have the respect and stuff. Some people back in the '80s and stuff, you didn't necessarily have to have the money. You could just be like, this dude's dope. And you can't say nothing about it. Like, you can't, what I'm saying? There's some things that money can't do.
Right.
What I'm saying? Like, and I think Shabba Do represented that. What I'm saying? Like, the styles and like him breaking and all that stuff. I think that represents that. Like, you don't have to necessarily be, what I'm saying, for money to do something dope. And
yeah, man. So and those movies did a lot for me because growing up in New York, I could see my life in those movies. You know what I mean? It was like these dudes is breakdancing and they doing shit like right here in New York, and so yeah, it was a real big deal. I need to get all those classics. Beat Street too. I need that one.
Beat Street.
Yes, sir.
If
I
you
need that
put
one.
your to the feet. Sorry.
Nah, you good, man. It was just, but yeah, I need copies of all of those, man. I think Tougher Than Love is the only joint I had. I had Crush Groove, but lost that over the years when I was little.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think those are some good classics to have in the collection, whether it's VHS or DVD.
Yeah.
So anybody in the family who want to give me something for next Christmas.
Yep.
I mean? But yeah, so we just wanted to shout out, Shabba Do for doing his thing, man. It's sad that he passed away. He was still very young looking, you know what I mean? He was aging very gracefully, man. He had the white and gray hair, but other than that, you couldn't even tell he was older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was
nice and smooth. He was somewhere in the late 50s, yeah. So yeah, man, definitely wanted to give him a shout out, man. Anything else you wanted to say about him?
Nah, man, just rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where the dude that played Turbo, I wonder what he's doing these days. Haven't really heard much from him. But yeah, shout out to him and rest in peace to Shabba Do. Thank you for your contribution to hip hop. Yeah. All right, so let's see.
Let's talk about this Andrew Tate thing real quick.
Yeah, that's cool. We can do that.
I think we can, and we should end on like a lighter note. So basically, his mug. Only thing I know is his mug was detained in Romania for human trafficking.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the courtesy of CNN.
All right.
Or I like to say the Cartoon Network News. Controversial internet personality Andrew Tate and his brother were ordered to be detained on Friday, prosecuted for sued claims of human trafficking and rape.
So wait, it said he was an internet personality. What exactly did he do that made him? Do they say?
I think, for what I understand, he was like a kickboxer, some type of influencer or something. I never heard.
Who knows, man? Everybody's an internet personality or something like that. So anyway, go ahead. So
Romania's anyway, DIICOT is an acronym. So I cannot can't nutshake my words and shit. So all right. So the four suspects, they state that the four suspects been detained for an initial 24 hours. When was this posted? This was posted. So this was posted yesterday. Okay. I was just making sure. So a bureaucrat's court appeared an application by DIICOT to hold Tate and his brother Tristan in custody for a further 30 days. And let's see here. What else? They allege that the four suspects formed an organized crime group that stretched, because he's from Britain, I believe, stretched from Romania to Britain and the United States for the purpose of committing crime of human trafficking. The authorities allege that the two suspects misled the victims in believing that they intend to enter into a marriage cohabitation relationship while transporting victims to Romania and allegedly sexually exploiting them with physical violence and coercion. Oh damn! They were trying to do R. Kelly. Dang. But you know what? Yeah, these had to be white women because they did that quick. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because if R. Kelly did the same thing, it'd been black women. They'd been like, forget about it. Right. I mean, they were slaves 400 years ago. That's in their blood. Right. They would say some shit like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. Yeah, I looked him up. It said he was a kickboxer. He was a professional kickboxer, and I guess after his career was over, he started offering paid courses on the internet, probably kickboxing shit, and memberships through his website. And so he rose to fame as an internet celebrity. So
So I guess that's what it is. He was a kickboxer, like you said.
Yeah.
And guess he was trying to be one of them gurus. Like, yeah, you want to kickbox like me? Come take my course. Pay me $1,000. You know what I mean?
It also says he's actually known for his viral rants online about male dominance, female submission, and wealth. So that's probably one person that they're trying to get taken down. Now that I noticed, I think I heard some people talk about some of these alpha male gurus and stuff.
Yeah.
And now they, it's just so toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody's trying to run rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I don't totally agree with him, but I think that that void is there. So now that people are really trying to fill that void. I'm not saying that he did that intentionally. I'm thinking that that's what people are trying to do.
Yeah, that would make sense though.
Yeah, I ain't really got much else to say about that. So
I mean, we'll follow the story and see what happened. Because I'm sure if it's human trafficking, that's gonna stay in the news a little bit. So, But your man Bill Cosby said he about to go on tour though.
Yeah, well, I told you that I'm getting ready to get on tour, getting ready to talk, and I'm getting ready to do some stand up, and tell people about me up there in the mess hall to drop a spoon, and they ain't have any pudding, and then I had to call somebody a bitch ass.
Oh, sorry. You gonna tell y'all how he was running shit up in the jail, the prison. You know what I mean? I was the one with the pudding pops. Niggas, they came to me. My blind ass was running the jail.
Yeah, man, that would be hilarious.
But yeah, according to what I saw online, he about to go on a tour and I guess do some speaking or comedy or something, man. But
they say he was actually really when he was locked up. They say he was really funny.
Yeah, I heard.
A lot of people really.
I heard he was doing a lot of stuff in there. So
man.
Good for him. He's trying to keep his head up. So, but you definitely did some of that stuff to them women. Maybe not all of it. But
I believe what you gotta do. You gotta take the spoon and then you untake the pot and then you put the spoon in the pudding pot and then
stir it up.
Stir it up.
And then the women fall asleep.
And
then you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and then you just take the butt and you just stuff the butt.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anything.
But of course we joking around. I mean, that's nothing to laugh about, but still, it's funny that he be still trying to deny it, to this day. But we know you did something, bro.
Yeah, shoot, man.
Before we wrap it up, though, I do want to say something that I just found out. You know what I mean? When I was at a recent family gathering, my older brother, Jerome, this nigga, he was a gangster. Okay. He used to run the streets in New York. He was older than me. So, me and my brother Daryl were the last two. But Jerome was already pretty much an adult when we were coming up. So he told me that, he used to actually run with Melly Mel and them in the gang before they was rapping. Yeah, before they was rapping.
Wow.
He said he was surprised when he heard him start rapping and stuff. You know what I mean?
We gotta get him on the show.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna get him though, because he wanted them. He don't even like being on the internet.
Oh.
Anytime we have family gatherings, and I'm like, let me take a picture. But don't put my shit on the internet.
Well, I mean,
people still looking for me, yo. He's like, don't put my shit out there.
We could probably set it up to the point, maybe we can get him, we'll sit here and we could have him on the other side and just have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something.
Or get, have a little mask or something where he can still see you out.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if you feel like doing that, because
I would
real,
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't, and we would definitely, do something, make sure that he felt comfortable.
Yeah.
We definitely not gonna be like, my man said this.
Right.
So we ain't gonna do none of that shit. But that would definitely be cool.
He was definitely in the streets though. But yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. But he down here in North Carolina, doing his thing now, trying to relax. And just be a regular dude now.
Nah, I understand that. Shit. I mean, that's the thing now. Shit. Fuck all this, trying to be the, baddest ass motherfucker. Nah, fuck that shit. I'd just rather be. I feel him on that. Like,
Yeah.
Not that I've been in that. Like, yeah, I'm the baddest motherfucking Trinity. You know, running this shit. Nah, I wasn't that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I get it. You know, when you get a certain age,
yeah,
you're just trying to relax,
trying to leave that shit behind.
Facts.
You know, you're happy you made it through it. You know,
Yep.
Didn't get killed.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. So that was all I wanted to throw out there, man. Because when he told me that, I was like, "What? You used to run with them?" I was like, "Okay." But I kind of left it alone because I know how he is. But yeah, I might have to holler at him, see if he want to talk about it. But anyway, but yeah, you know what I mean. So don't forget, you know, please hit all the buttons: like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. We need funds.
Allocate.
Allocated. We need more walls, man. We got one wall.
We need 2 walls, 3
one wall,
4 wall more.
We need walls, we need doors and windows, all of that, you know.
We need you to donate and then come down there and work on the damn school.
Exactly.
Dang.
But yeah, man. So I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up, man, for episode 229.
229.
This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we will see y'all in the new year, next year, for the first episode of 2023.
Yep.